Hi, this is Shu with a review of the Air Force One React. I was waiting for this. I had high anticipation for it, and at a glance, it looks great. I love the design. It's the Hyper Adapt type of oversized swoosh, and it's painted on instead of a piece of leather that's stitched, so that probably saves in terms of it cuts down some weight, so that's great. This little iconic line around it, it says React, so it's got React in it, and I love the way that Nike Air here is it's cut. It is with red stitching, so it's the color coordination is it's good. It looks a little bit narrow, but it fits true to size. It's fine. But the toe box has a little bit more room than you expect, possibly because of the React insole being a little bit too thin, a little bit thinner than the other midsoles I've had in the past. Let's take a look at one thing that makes it stand out from its predecessors. This has been the traditional Air Force One outsole, and this is the React. It's got sort of like a photo negative version where the grooves are concave. It's convex. So yeah, it's convex with additional lines or blades. So it's, in terms of traction, this is an upgrade. And on the toes and the heel, you have this lazy little star pattern, which is not that great, and it wears off quickly. And here it's got a deeper React icon logo pattern. So this is a little bit more grippy and durable. So that is good. Yeah, that pretty much takes care of this. It's your prototypical Air Force One shell. But, of course, this is what we wanted to find out more about. One thing that stands out immediately is that it has a nice little fabric coating on top. It's always good if you don't have fabric, but if you're just having sock to foam contact, it gets wet. You sweat, and the moisture doesn't go anywhere. So you'll start, your feet will soak up the moisture, and you will start slipping here. There's wetness between your feet and your shoe. There's wetness inside your skin, and you're getting pruned. So that's not good. So a little bit of fabric does wonders in terms of that, but you need something that's a little bit more, how should I say, a little bit more furry. It's got a little bit more of a layer here that feels like it's got some little cushiness, plushness to it, so that when you step on it, you feel like you're stepping on something and something is being compressed. And even this little layer, you have a layer that's forming to your toes or your feet or your ball, and it really hugs your foot. But this one, it's starchy. It's extremely starchy. It doesn't do the job. Since they had these grooves, I don't know why they needed to make it so starchy. So the hardness on top, this layer actually eats away at the cushioning that the midsole actually provides. And the midsole itself, the React, it's an ordinary React foam, not that hard, not that soft, but the firmness is amplified because of this layer. So that's a big mistake, Nike. But it's okay if you're just walking around and you need some durable walking shoes with some comfort. This is good, but it's not for performance. It's not for running. It's not for basketball or that kind of demanding activity. I mean, it's good that it's got a heel to toe drop that is very visible, and at the same time it's got an air sole here, but the air sole is not your ordinary air sole or Zoom air sole. This whole little water droplet pattern, it's just an air bubble. I can't really call it an air sole. I mean, it's soft. It's really soft. So we're not going to be expecting energy return or bounce or some type of resiliency or impact protection. It's more like soft heel hugging cushion, just like the ones that they use in the Reebok DMX. But the DMX actually has energy that's being compressed and being forced forward and being forced backward. So there's a little bit of bounce there. But this is just one little isolated plastic capsule. So I mean, nice try. It's not bad, but it's not for performance wear. It's not better than the air soles or the Zoom Air that Nike used to have. So if you compare it to the other predecessor of the Air Force One React, the Air Force One Comfort, they come with this Phylon polyurethane type of drop-in midsole, and it's lighter than the React, and it's softer than the React, And on the heel, they have some kind of additional different kind of phylon, or perhaps some kind of air capsule within. The shoe did say air, so I'm assuming there is a tiny little air bubble in it, which is a better air bubble than this huge one. Size does not always equate to function. The better version would be the Air Force One Comfort Luxe version. It's got a React Lunarlon drop-in midsole that is super lightweight, and this, when you cut them up like this tic-tac-toe shape, it actually spreads the impact further, other than just the foam itself. So the cushioning on the forefoot is amazing. Lunarlon is soft, and this division, yeah, added softness, and of course it makes you move a little bit easier. This is inspired by Nike Free, of course, as you can tell. And on the heel, you can see there's a clear heel to toe drop that is good, and at the same time they put a little Zoom Air unit here, which is it's not that tiny. It's your prototypical Zoom Air, about this thick. So it gets the job done, and at the same time, around the heel, they've added some reinforcer with some firmer, denser Lunarlon, so it's got a little bit more resistance and bounce compared to the forefoot. So yeah, this is the best drop-in midsole for Air Force Ones. The Comfort Luxe is the best. Comfort comes second, and this a distant third.